3:30 on a rainy winter's afternoon wasn't the time for anything to be getting rowdy in the wide, old forest. The animals knew this. The insects knew this. The plants and the trees knew this. Everything that lived in the forest knew this. However, at 3:30 on this particular rainy winter's afternoon, there were people in the forest who did not live there. They didn't care about shattering the natural peace or the side window of a moss-covered house built on the top of a dome-shaped rock. Holly was woken from her cake-fueled nap by the sound of breaking glass and a shout from outside. "Surrender! In the name of the king!" "Ugh, no," she muttered, and with a heavy sigh pulled her cosy blanket over her head. She'd been having a particularly pleasant dream and wanted to go back to sleep, but whoever was shouting seemed to have the lungs of an opera singer and the energy of a particularly irritating terrier. "Surrender in the name of the king!" Holly yanked open her balcony doors and peered down to see an entire troop of cavalry standing in her vegetable patch. All the horses looked utterly dejected, heads low, water dripping off their noses and puddling at their feet. "Surrender in the name," shouted the troop's commander. "Did you throw a stone at my window?" Holly interrupted. "Normal people knock at the door." The knight snapped his gaze up to her. "Your hovel is built on rock so slippery it cannot be climbed, witch! Surrender yourself to the king's justice." Holly rolled her eyes. Firstly, what sort of hovels have glass windows? And secondly, I'm a woman who lives alone, reads, writes, and has opinions. Of course I'm a witch. What other possible explanation could there be? "Surrender or face the consequences!" "Which are?" she asked. "Witch!" "No. Which?" "Witch!" "Well, I'd love to stand here shouting witch at you all day." "Aim!" the knight ordered, and the troop of men behind him raised their crossbows. "Surrender, witch!" Holly sighed. "Fine. Since you put it like that, how could I resist? I'll be right down." She stepped back into the house, shut the doors behind her, and cut herself another slice of cake. "How long do you think they'll wait this time?" asked a sheep lounging in a leather armchair. 20 minutes? "Less, probably. Sir Shouts-a-Lot seems keen," Holly answered, pointing a finger at the broken window and watching as the glass reassembled itself. A woodpecker flew over and landed on her shoulder. "Plenty of time for cake, then,"